Good evening. Tonight's bedtime story is Good Night Library. Good night, library. Darkness falls. It's sleepy time for these great walls. Good night, library. You must be tired from all the learning you have inspired. Good night, words and chapter books. Good night, reading in cozy nooks. Good night, poetry. Good night, prose. Pull up the covers, off you doze. Good night, characters. Close your pages. Good night, plots and puppet stages. Good night, Goldilocks and sleepy bears. Good night, story time and carpet squares. Good night, board games, crafts and art. Good night, computer and filing cart. Good night, folk tales and Little Red. Good night, wolf in Grandma's bed. Good night, maps and atlases too. Good night, comics, old and new. Good night, benches, good night, chairs, no more climbing. Good night, stairs. Good night, librarian, it's time to close. One more book? I suppose. Now all your books are tucked in tight. Good night, library. Good night, good night. The end.